Everyone held their breath and stared at the auction table. The ultimate purpose of everyone coming here is to get this 1 in a million healing bacteria awakening crystal. Even if they could bid, it would be nice to see him. At this time, the bodyguard captain carefully held an exquisite brocade box in both hands. He personally escorted the energy crystal to the stage. It can be seen how precious this crystal for treating bacteria is. Dear guests, I don't need to say much about the importance of treating bacteria. Please enjoy the following. A soft white light instantly rushed out from the well river, shining in all directions. Everyone exclaimed and looked into the well with wide eyes. The probability of the crystals for treating bacterial diseases is extremely low. It is one of the most popular and sought-after awakening crystals in the end time. Once you have the ability to heal, you can join any faction and enjoy a good life. Although the attack power of a healing ability user is very low, sometimes healing is more important than attacking. I'll offer 250 energy crystals. Shui Mei hasn't even mentioned the bid price yet. Someone can't hold back and directly bid. 250 energy crystals. Just want to bid for the healing device awakening crystal. I think you are a fool. Fuck you. You are so enthusiastic. So let's just bid directly. The lowest price of this healing awakening crystal is 800 energy crystals. Or a ton of rice. Or 300 boxes of instant noodles. As soon as the bidding price was announced, most people immediately showed bitter expressions. Sure enough, this healing crystal is not something that ordinary people can get their hands on. This price discouraged 70% of people and automatically lost the qualification to bid. But there are still rich people after all. I'll give 300 boxes of instant noodles. All of a sudden, people around started talking. Who the hell is this guy? He gave 300 boxes of instant noodles at once. Liu Laojin's family is engaged in the instant noodle business. They probably have a lot of inventory. I will provide 50 kilograms of rice. This person is Wang Meizi, a rice dealer. It seems that there are still rich people in this hall. Speaking of this, I took out a small notebook, started writing. Brother, what are you writing? The self-service warehouse at the back. Liu Laogan Rice, self-service warehouse. What is Wang Ermazi doing? Where is Liu Laojin's home? Probably around Shangli Road. I am not sure about the exact location. I wrote Liu Laojin's name in my notebook on Shangli Road. Write down the address at the end. Where is Wang Ermazi's home? I know this. This guy was at the door yesterday. Exchange rice for energy crystals. His house is at the intersection of Guijia Road. Guijia Road? Okay, thank you very much. Why are you asking for their address? Make an appointment. Make an appointment. That's right. Exchange rice with them. Exchange instant noodles. You have to make an appointment in advance now. This is Zhuan Yuan, who is a little impatient. I told you guys to hurry up if you want to buy at a lower price. I'll give you 1 more minute. You won't have a chance to complain in 1 minute. But he got the limelight. I still recorded the addresses of the self-service warehouses in the first row without making it very happy. Since Zhuan Yuan's stockpile can crush the rest, it saves me a lot of trouble. Okay, in 1 minute, I can get a ton and a half of rice. I just asked. Who else in this hall can compete with me? As soon as these words came out, the hall fell silent again. Zhuan Yuan looked at the people who looked aggrieved and felt secretly happy. These poor guys want to compete with me. Zhuan Yuan, they really overestimate their own abilities. Miss Zhu Mei, you see, we are destined to be together. In this hall, I am the only one who is capable. You are worthy of Miss Xu Mei's place. Xu Mei was disgusted when she heard this, but she still smiled on her charming face. At this moment, she wished someone could suppress the upstart's limelight. 2 tons of rice. Shui Mei was delighted. She looked eagerly at the arrogant figure, like a ray of sunshine illuminating the night. Wang Chao frowned. He stared at Wang Hao and thought, "It's you, the brat again. Do you dare to follow? You have guts. My seed is already big." You don't have to tell me. Everyone was shocked. Who is this person? Dare to challenge Zhuan Yuan in person. Zhuan Yuan was furious, and murderous intent was in his eyes. This brat dared to challenge me again and again. I really don't know how to live or die. 2.1 tons of rice. Everyone stared at Wang Hao, looking forward to his offer. Everyone burst into laughter. I thought this guy was going to team up with Zhuan Yuan. Turned out to be a joke. I rubbed Bai Ling's head. I don't care. The reason why I let Wang Hao jump out to provoke Zhuan Yuan at this critical moment. I just want him to attract hatred and consolidate Zhuan Yuan's killing intentions against Wang Hao. Let Zhuan Yuan, after the auction, take the initiative to cause trouble for Wang Hao. In this way, I can justifiably defend myself. And I will definitely not waste so many crystals to exchange for treatment of bacterial. I can buy it for 0 yuan. Why should I spend money? Miss Xu Mei, please announce the results quickly. I'll invite you to dinner later. Xu Mei sighed inwardly. I can't help but feel a little sad. I declare, the crystal stone for treating bacteria was won by Zhuan Yuan. Zhuan Yuan smiled arrogantly. The crystal stone for treating bacteria was finally obtained. From now on, the Zhuan Yuan family will have another powerful helper. And the expansion of power is just around the corner. The auction ended and everyone began to evacuate. Zhuan Yuan was not in a hurry to leave, but stared at Xu Mei with ill intentions. He has already spent a lot of money on Xu Mei and will inspect the goods tonight. It is said that this bitch is still a virgin, but I don't know if it is true. Miss Xu Mei, please come to my humble home for dinner. Xu Mei gritted her teeth and wished she could chop this bastard to pieces, but she had to endure it. Master Zhuan Yuan, I feel a little uncomfortable tonight. Let's do it another day. Well, that's not what you said. If it weren't for me, Zhuan Yuan, how could you earn so much from the auction? Xu Mei, you'd better be smart and figure out who is the capital father. Xu Mei's eyebrows were embroidered and she clenched her fists. Could it be that she really couldn't escape tonight? At this time, an old man appeared on the second floor of the auction house, standing with his hands folded, silently looking down at everything. Wen Zhonglu, the president of the Sky Eagle Bodyguard Company, the man behind the scenes. He is also the seller behind the scenes who uses the blood axe to fish. At this time, Xu Mei also noticed Wen Zhonglu's appearance, and a glimmer of hope suddenly emerged in her beautiful eyes. She looked at Wen Zhonglu eagerly with a begging look on her face. Wen Zhonglu had no expression on his face, and even a sneer on his face, before he turned and left. He kept such a rare and unique beauty just to make more money. Watching Wen Zhonglu leave, Xu Mei's hope was instantly shattered. She smiled sadly and walked off the stage like a zombie. I finally got the prey I had been thinking about for so many days. It was so satisfying. Let's exchange supplies. Go home immediately. The bodyguard and the beauty behind him immediately Zhuan Yuan walked out. Zhuan Yuan couldn't wait any longer. I watched the show from the side. Let's go and exchange supplies. Was Hao followed me out through the side door. At this time, Zhuan Yuan winked at a bodyguard behind him. The bodyguard nodded silently, followed me and Wang Hao. I came to the exchange room. This is a corridor. There are many rooms on both sides of the corridor. All are used to exchange materials. I handed the number card in my hand to the staff behind the glass window. The number card is a mark to distinguish the auctioneer's identity. It records the items I entrusted to auction and the items I won. Hello, sir. You entrusted me to auction 2 items in total, the bloody battle axe and the skull of the skullbird. A total of 310 energy crystals were obtained. In addition, the mutant plant you bid costs 6 energy crystals. Excluding our auction handling fee, you received a total of 270 energy crystals and the mutant plant with code 8. The staff put a bag and a plant on the windowsill. The bag was filled with energy crystals, a total of 270. That plant is the holy land of the plant world, the Jade Stock. It's worth the trip. It's a good harvest. But this auction is really easy to make money. Just move your lips and collect a commission of more than 10%. When the time comes, I can also hold an auction. I pretended to put the energy gold ornaments and the jade fruit planted into the backpack behind Wang Hao. In fact, all of them were put into his own space temple. At this time, Bai Ling grabbed my trouser legs with her little claws. I looked down and saw Bai Ling's eyes were trying to look at me. I looked out of the corner of my eye. A middle-aged man was standing there intentionally or unintentionally looking here. The lackeys in the warehouse have caught up. The big fish has taken the two of us, and the cat walked out of the auction house, passed through the black market, and came to the off-road vehicle. Brother Fan, that person has been following us. I know, you don't want to make it public. The two opened the car door and got in. Brother Fan, let's run away quickly. The person following us must be Zhuan Yuan's people. I was afraid he wouldn't come, waiting for them to come out. After 2.5 minutes, Zhuan Yuan, Huang Chao, and others walked out of the gate with large bags of supplies. Miss Xu Mei, please come in. In the cool night breeze, Xu Mei looked back at the buildings of Tianying Bodyguard Company with a look of despair. She gritted her teeth and sat in the back seat of the luxury car. At this time, the bodyguard who followed me ran over. Young master, where's that brat? The license plate number of the SUV in front is Chang'an A3.1 for 19526. Very good. Find a suitable place. I haven't seen any blood today. Okay, got it. Delivery has arrived from the warehouse. Let's go. Was Hao drove out of the bodyguard company. Zhuan Yuan waved his hand. An off-road vehicle followed. Was Hao drove on the street. In the corners on both sides of the street, several figures appeared from time to time. But when these figures saw the SUV chasing them from behind, they gave up. Thanks to Zhuan Yuan warehouse. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to leave the black market area so smoothly. It seems we have to pay him some protection money. Brother Fan, which way should we go? We don't have to worry about this. The lackeys behind us will help us choose a good place. Slow down or the delivery guy won't be able to keep up. 3 minutes later, Was Hao drove past an empty lot and an off-road vehicle suddenly came out from behind and stopped in front of the road. At this time, the luxury car behind also caught up and sandwiched my car in the middle. Miss Shui, I will kill 2 people first to help cheer you up, and we'll be back soon. That's it. He opened the door and walked towards my car, followed by several bodyguards. At this moment, Wang Hao and Bai Ling also walked out of the car. You bastard! You dared to mess with me. Zhuan Yuan, I am really tired of living. Come on, cut off their 3 legs and then capture them to feed the zombies. At the command, several bodyguards in front and behind immediately shouted and surrounded me and Wang Hao. They were all eager to try. I stretched and looked around. This is really a good place to kill and rob. I'll leave Xiao Bai Ling to you. A level 7 Bai Ling can deal with these low-level awakeners like cutting melons and vegetables. There is no pressure. What happened? Several level 3 awakener bodyguards were killed instantly by a cat. Stop the cat from me. Zhuan Yuan panicked and asked the remaining 2 bodyguards to stand in front of him. Immediately prepare your skills. He formed seals with his hands and muttered something. A stream of purple light gushed out from his palm. Then he slapped the ground with his palm. Kill them for me. My eyes lit up when I saw this. Hey, I didn't expect Zhuan Yuan Warehouse to be a Summoner Awakener. Summoning ability can summon zombies, undead creatures, dark creatures, and other species to attack targets. Although the summoning ability is released very slowly, once it is released successfully, you can summon multiple mutant creatures below your level. It is a powerful group attacking awakeners in the late stages. Brother Fan can summon 3 zombies by himself. Fortunately, they are all level 4. Otherwise, this combat power is a bit scary. The summoning system is also a relatively rare supernatural power. Juanyuan Warehouse should be level 5, so it can summon yellow-haired zombies of level 3-4. Brother How, what do you think of Juanyuan Warehouse? What can I think of a man? I am not going through the back door. I'm asking if you have any thoughts on his summoning system. I don't have any thoughts. Burn it. Killing it would be a waste. This summoner is an automatic monster spawner. Tie this guy back to the villa on the hillside and lock him up. After dinner, let him summon the zombie bastard. You can swipe zombies and get gold stones without leaving the compound. Oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? What a wonderful ATM. It's a pity that the Awakeners of the Summoning Stars can't summon monsters for a long time. At most 1 or 2 waves will be exhausted. You need to adjust and rest for a while. Bai Ling, stop playing. We are in a hurry. Brother How, go collect the supplies in the car. As soon as the voice fell, Bai Ling killed all the remaining zombies. How can this cat be so strong? 3 level 4 zombies are no match for it. At this time, I strode towards Juanyuan. What are you doing? Don't come over here. Shut up. Without summons, summoners are just trash, with only a slightly stronger physique than ordinary people. You can't kill me. I am the eldest son of the Juanyuan family. If you kill me, our Juanyuan family will launch crazy revenge on you. Don't worry, I won't kill you for the time being, because you are still useful to me. As for the revenge from the Juanyuan family you mentioned, it will never happen, because after tonight, Juanyuan family will no longer exist. What did you say? Now you can shut up. I took out a smelly sock and stuffed it into Juanyuan's mouth, then tied it up with a rope. At this time, Bai Ling had already cut open the heads of 3 yellow-haired zombies and found 2 energy crystals. Yo, the probability of this yellow-haired zombie exploding a crystal is quite high. I put away the gold and stones and walked towards the luxury car. The beauty following Juanyuan was already shocked and trembling all over. Although Shumei was surprised, her face remained calm. She really didn't expect that Wang Hao and I would kill the powerful Juanyuan. And from beginning to end, only one cat took action. Was Hao and I were still talking and laughing on the side. I came to the luxury car and looked coldly at the beauty in the driver's seat. The beauty was so frightened that she was trembling all over. She hurriedly walked out of the car and knelt in front of me. Brother, don't kill me. I can be your slave girl. Give it to you. Get disappeared in 3 seconds. The beauty swallowed her saliva. A glimmer of hope burst out in her eyes. She turned her head and ran into the night. Run to the right. The beauty subconsciously turned right into an alley. The next moment, a heart-wrenching scream was heard, followed by the sound of zombies gnawing at flesh and blood. There are more zombies on the right. Is this man a demon? Shui Mei thought I would let that woman go, but I didn't expect to point her to a dead end. Why did you kill him? She is innocent. She ran in by herself. What does it have to do with me? It was you who showed her the way. She didn't have to listen to me. Then why did you chase her away? She has no value to me. Why should I take her with me? Shui Mei was speechless immediately. The story is so realistic. People without value have no reason to live at all. What value do I have to this person? Will my life end here? I went straight to the trunk of the luxury car and took out everything in the trunk. Juanyuan Warehouse is honest to me. They are all kept intact for me. I picked up the scissors and opened them. The milky white glowing healing crystal quietly shines. With this thing, I can quickly train a super doctor. In this way, the entire villa in the middle of the mountain will be more complete. Then I picked up the Bloodbat Ancient Wings and rode on the Bloodline Curse Seal. It was as red as blood and exuded the weird This thing is too evil. I will study it slowly when I go back. There are still the bloody battle axes and the skull bird head left. Ha ha ha. After a lot of twists and turns, these two extraordinary items are back in my pocket. I also sold 300 grams of energy crystals. What a great fate! Maybe I can sell them a few more times in the future. At this time, Wang Hao came over carrying 2 large backpacks. Brother Fan, look at Zhuan Yuan. He is so polite. He even left so many supplies and energy crystals. There are about 300 or 400. Brother Fan, let's go home. Since we have offended the Zhuan Yuan family, we must root them out. Brother Hao, take Zhuan Yuan with you. Let's go to Zhuan Yuan and search their house. Okay. Was Hao agreed and carried Zhuan Yuan, who was fainted by the smelly sauce, throw it into the trunk. Then he opened the door and got into the driver's seat of the luxury car. Luxury cars, the experience is different. You should know the address of Zhuan Yuan's family, right? What do you mean you really want to go to Zhuan Yuan's family? You two and a cat are going to bring bad luck to the Zhuan Yuan family. You're talking so much nonsense, but you didn't tell me the address. I'll throw you down to feed the zombies now. No at 300 to Xingfu Street. Zhuan Yuan Food Processing Factory. Brother Hao, let's go. Was Hao stepped on the accelerator and drove towards Xingfu Street. You haven't killed Zhuan Yuan yet. There is still room for recovery. As long as you send me back to the Sky Eagle Bodyguard Company. I will ask the Sky Eagle president to personally go to the Zhuan Yuan family to plead for Yuhaha. The Sky Eagle president is the old guy who sold you to Zhuan Yuan. If he can sell you once, he can sell you 10,000 times. I tied up Zhuan Yuan. Don't you feel relieved or hurt? If it weren't for me, you would be being abused by Zhuan Yuan right now. Even if I escaped Zhuan Yuan's clutches, I would still fall into the clutches of this person in front of me. Compared with Zhuan Yuan, this person scares me more. Why don't you kill me? That's a good question. I want to work with you. To put it more bluntly, I want you to work for me. But I'm not an awakener. I'm just an ordinary person. I am impressed by your ability to organize auctions. Xu Mei's wonderful performance at the auction, her ability to control the psychology of the auction participants, and her ability to adapt to changing circumstances have all reached the level of perfection. It'll be there soon. In fact, from the moment I entered the black market, I was planning a big plan in my mind. Since I already have space and the billions of materials in the temple, why not become a capital tycoon? First, open up a black market at the foot of the back mountain and use the black market trade to stockpile energy crystals. Wouldn't it be faster? Then hold a large auction on the mountain and use the auction to collect various extraordinary materials and attract more talents. Wouldn't it be more fun? So this is my value to this person. It seems that my life has been saved for the time being. But he looks so poor. He doesn't look like someone who can afford an auction. Let's see how he can get rid of the Zhuan Yuan family's revenge. I didn't urge Xu Mei to agree immediately to recruit talents. You need to use both kindness and force. Saving Xu Mei just now is a favor. I will destroy the Zhuan Yuan family in front of her. This is to show your ability and establish your authority. As they were talking, the luxury car had already arrived at Xingfu Street. Big brother is coming soon. Who else is in the Zhuan Yuan family? How powerful is their power? The Zhuan Yuan family has one father and 872 sons. The head of the family is Zhuan Yuan Hao. It is said that he is already a level 6 awakener strong strength. Zhuan Yuan Hao has one wife and 7 concubines, and they have 12 sons in total. Zhuan Yuan is the eldest son. He also has 11 half-brothers. And the Zhuan Yuan family has recruited many awakened people as guards, making it the strongest local snake force in this area. Zhuan Yuan Rishan is still strong at an old age, with 8 wives and 12 children. Hao parked the car at the gate of Zhuan Yuan's house. Understood. Was Hao drove a luxury car and parked it at the factory gate. I'm back. Open the door quickly. The black door opened to both sides. 2 people in security uniforms came out and stood respectfully on both sides of the door. Welcome Xuanyuan Huang Chao. At this time, the rear window of the luxury car was lowered. Throw out to Tiger Blood Fruits. Oh. What's going on? Master Xuanyuan. Hey, Master Xuanyuan. Where are you going? The luxury car did not stop. It drove away directly. It only left a barely perceptible smell. The two security guards looked at each other and looked at the luxury car eagerly, disappearing into the night. Shui Mei glanced at me, and I couldn't help thinking that I knew this person didn't dare to touch the Xuanyuan family. Ran to the door of the house with great fanfare, and then threw to Rotten Tomatoes and ran away. It seems that this person is not reliable at all. Just then, a heart-wrenching roar suddenly sounded. Then, smoke and dust rose from the streets within a radius of several kilometers. What happened? Don't you want to know how I will deal with the Xuanyuan family? Now open your eyes and look at him carefully. On the street under the moonlight, a mutant zombie sniffed and roared excitedly. Tiger Blood Fruit is more attractive to zombies than catnip is to cats. Following a group of fat red zombies, they were all attracted by the smell of Tiger Blood Fruit. At this moment, an old man hurriedly walked out of the warehouse in the Xuanyuan family compound. He frowned and looked up at the sky, exuding the majestic aura of a superior. He is the head of Xuanyuan family. Xuanyuan is good. Head of family. Butler Wang ran out from the back. The head of family's 7th concubine has finished bathing and changed into school uniform, waiting for your guidance on homework. Old Wang, I have a bad feeling. Send the order to gather all the guards immediately. Let them gather at the compound. What happened to the master of the house? Go and stop talking nonsense. Yes, yes, yes. Butler Wang immediately rushed into the inner courtyard. He did not go to teach the guards first, but rushed directly into the first wife's boudoir. Jin Lian, pack your things quickly. If something goes wrong, we'll run away. How did the old man find out that Xuanyuan was not his biological child? Then our affairs will be exposed. Oh no. Just now, the head of the family didn't even have time to teach the 7th concubine how to do her homework. He immediately asked me to gather all the guards. I think the Xuanyuan family is about to face a disaster. Pack up some food quickly. Let's sneak out the back door. You are too sensitive, you bastard. Let me tell you, I've put medicine in the old man's tonic soup for 6 consecutive days. But it's just one tonight. Once the poison soup takes effect, even gods can't save it. When the time comes, our dynasty will inherit the family business. Let's see who dares to challenge me, those little bitches. It's really too late this year. Pack up the food quickly and I'll come find you later. Let's sneak out the back door together. After that, Steward Wang rushed out and began to greet the guards everywhere. At this moment, a group of guards had gathered in front of Xuanyuan Hao in the courtyard of the Xuanyuan family. Most of them were level 2 or 3 physical awakeners. You guys go guard the gate, no one is allowed to come in. The rest of the people went to guard the warehouse. Not even a fly can fly in. The warehouse contains all the assets of the Xuanyuan family. They are all unsaleable jewelry that was detained before the end of the world. By the way, what about Huang Chao? Didn't he go to the auction? He hasn't come back yet. Zhu Yuhao suddenly remembered his eldest son, the only one among his 12 sons who looked like him. He had high hopes for Xuanyuan. Just as Xuanyuan Hao was mobilizing his troops, the guard in the guard room saw a stunning scene on the surveillance camera at the door. On the street under the moonlight, a dark mass of zombies rushed towards the gate from all directions. There are so many zombies. The zombies are coming. Oh. The screams of terror broke the silence of the night. The whole compound was in chaos. The zombies may hit the black iron in the middle of the group, excitedly devouring the blood on the iron. Stop those zombies! Dante let them crawl in. A sound. The guards behind the gate dropped anchor. The black team arrived and shouted at the zombies on the gate to use their knives. Xuanyuan frowned and tightened his cane. It's strange how these zombies suddenly went crazy attacking my yard. But looking at the current situation, these zombies should not be able to attack. How can the foundation of my Zhuanyuan family be destroyed by hundreds of zombies? At this moment, a heavy sound of footsteps came from outside the gate. Zhuan Yuanhao looked intently and saw a rag sack with huge shoulders outside the courtyard wall. Muscles bulged on the strong shoulders, and 2 holes appeared on the rag sack. The bloodshot eyes flashed. It was the Bloody Butcher. The Bloody Butcher smashed the big iron gate. The black iron gate exploded and flew backwards, hitting Zhuan Yuanhao's feet. The zombies flooded into the hall like a tide. Hiding in the warehouse, Zhuan Yuanhao shouted in panic. Call all the surviving guards to gather at the warehouse. At this time, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th concubines in school uniforms escaped from the backyard. They wanted to hide in the warehouse. Dad, save us. We are so scared. Zhuan Yuanhao, who was in the warehouse, glanced coldly through the crack of the door at the panic-stricken concubine and sons who were running away. At the order to close the door, the guards hurriedly closed the warehouse door. No conscience. We are still outside. Dad, open the door. The concubines desperately banged on the door and screamed in fear. But Zhuan Yuanhao in the warehouse was not moved at all. His eyes were cold, and he ignored the women. Children are a burden. As long as I survive this disaster, you can have as many women as you want. You can have as many sons as you want. The key is to survive. Zhuan Yuanhao looked at the guards beside him. At this moment, only a few people managed to escape. Fortunately, this warehouse is big and strong enough. Moreover, the warehouse is full of various instant foods and mineral water, enough to survive. At the same time, Butler Wang had already taken the eldest wife out of the back door with a backpack full of food on her back. For safety reasons, Butler Wang also ordered the guards to escort them all the way. The zombies were attracted to the front door by the tiger blood fruit, so there were not many zombies at the back door. The 4 of them ran all the way under the moonlight and finally hid in a dilapidated little house. Butler Wang looked out the window in shock and let out a long sigh. He finally escaped. Due to the urgency of the time, the first wife did not have time to change clothes and was still wearing a black suspender pajamas. Jin Lian, you saw I was right, right? We have to run. It's okay. How is it safe now? A sharp knife pierced through Wang's chest, dripping with blood. The 2 guards pushed Wang's body down and smiled at the wife. Hey, we 2 are lucky tonight. I glanced at my phone. Brother Hao turned around and went to Zhuan Yuan's house to harvest. Okay. With Hao happily agreed and stepped on the accelerator. So, the zombie riot just now was caused by you. Otherwise, the zombies would have nothing to do and would attack the Zhuan Yuan family. This man actually has such a powerful method. Turn around and go back. All along the way, there are zombies that have emerged from the city wandering on the streets. The smell of the tiger blood fruit completely dissipated. The zombies no longer resisted and returned to a calm state. After 2.5 minutes, the luxury car stopped at the gate of Zhuan Yuan family courtyard. 2 zombies rushed towards the luxury car and were killed by 2 claws released by Bai Ling. Looking at the corpses on the ground, Xu Yimei was stunned. The Zhuan Yuan family, which was once so powerful, was destroyed. Many zombies were chasing the screaming concubines. A kind of zombie stretched out its long limbs and immediately rolled up the 7th concubine among the students, who had traveled through time and swallowed her into its bloody mouth. Round zombie. Brother Fan, what is that? I've never seen it before. Oh, that's a kind of zombie. Poison Exploder Level 5. The stomach is full of poison and poisonous water. It is highly corrosive. This thing is very fierce. Once it is enraged, its body will explode directly. The poisonous water instantly sprayed everywhere. Even the Bloody Butcher didn't dare to provoke it easily. It was so powerful that even it exploded. At this point, most of the people in the yard are probably dead. No, Zhuan Yuanhao is a level 6 awakener. He won't die so easily. And the number of guards on the corpses on the ground is not right. Well, this information is very important. As I said that, I glanced around the compound and locked my eyes on the warehouse. This yard also preserves the warehouse intact. I guess the survivors should be inside. You have to take action. Why do it yourself when there is free labor? I got out of the car, picked up a stone from the ground, and threw it with all my strength at the warehouse gate in the distance. Right at the warehouse gate. It was the stone that hit the poisoner in the back. His huge body shook violently. The round valley doubled in size in an instant. The terrifying energy mixed with black venom instantly swept out and directly blew up the warehouse door. The zombies wandering in the house were instantly alarmed and rushed towards the exploded warehouse. Do you want to witness the demise of the Zhuanyuan family with your own eyes? Hearing this, Shui Mei gritted her teeth and got out of the car. There were corpses everywhere. There were zombies. There were humans. The air was filled with a strong smell of blood. Shui Mei resisted the urge to do something evil in her stomach and followed me, and Wang Hao inside. Bai Ling walked in front, looking very majestic. The pressure he exuded made zombies below level 3 dare not approach him. Pouch put on the mask. I took out a mask and put it on my face. We'll have to use space abilities to search for supplies later, so it is better to wear a mask. Wang Hao put the original pig head mask on his head. Bai Ling, you stay here and watch the car. Oh. Fuck. Who angered the poisonous explosive? He couldn't have triggered the explosion for no reason. It's me, Zhuanyuan. Do you like the gift I just gave you? Who are you? Shu Mei, you little bitch. Although Wang Hao and I were wearing masks, Zhuanyuan Hao knew Shui Mei. More than once, he wanted to get Shui Mei over and play with her. But the old man Wen Zhanglu refused. When Zhuanyuan Hao called out Shu Mei's name, my mind suddenly